As I talk about this show, please note that it is understood that a certain amount of producer manipulation is present, and I can only talk about events as they are edited and presented on this show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are watching. Guess who just got Discovery Plus? Let's get into season 5 of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, episodes 1 and 2. I put them both together because usually the first 2 episodes stretch things out so they don't really need their own videos. The first couple that we're introduced to are Alina and Caleb. Alina is 27 years old. She's from Russia. She's a pop singer, burlesque performer. She's pretty independent, lives with a roommate, and drives a modified car due to her dwarfism. We get to see her having a photo shoot. Her roommate Elijah says, "Work," at the photo shoot. Shout out to his red pleather pants. She had on the prettiest tights with crystals on them. Hopefully I will be able to insert an image of them. The pro bustier was cute too. I love that Elijah is so supportive. This is the type of friend that you need when you're doing a photo shoot. The final result was really gorgeous. I like the goddess theme with the crown and fur. Hopefully it's faux fur. We no longer need to kill animals for a look. The choker necklace was a perfect accessory to complete this look. I take back every compliment I just gave in light of her ignorant and classless behavior online. Maybe I'll talk more about that in another video if you guys want. Next we meet Caleb, who's 28 years old from Arizona, and he is reading the most dreary looking tarot cards I have ever seen. Speaking of tarot cards, I just got some new tarot cards. Aren't they pretty? Look at that. And not dreary at all. Nice and colorful. See that? See, Caleb, your tarot cards don't have to be just black and white. Look how nice that tarot card is. I'm going to lean it like that so the color shows better. I don't love how he speaks to Alina. He's very abrasive in his intonation. Like he'll say things, instead of saying, "How far are you able to walk?" or "How often do you use your wheelchair?" he'll say, "Well, you can walk, right?" It just comes off very abrasive and harsh. That's all they showed us in episode 1, so I'm just going to move on to Caleb and Lena in episode 2. I liked her little fur coat look. I think she has great personal style. Her friend Elijah is still being very, very supportive of her, and he travels with her and often tells her that she's fierce. My one worry is that I wonder if Alina provides the same type of support to Elijah and doesn't just treat him like some accessory that's just there to boost her ego. It's best for it to be a reciprocal relationship. Caleb meets with his parents, and their main concern is how the children might turn out should he have children with Alina due to her physical differences. Next we get to see him packing, and he packs condoms, what look like 3 jars of muscle milk, and he says dude and bro fairly often. He's either fairly inept or completely inconsiderate because he only had one job, and that was to secure the hotel room. He failed to book one that was wheelchair accessible or one that even had an elevator, even though Alina told him repeatedly that she does use a wheelchair. He also didn't double check that the bathroom was accessible for her. So that's something that's probably going to be very upsetting for her when she finds out. Although I don't know why she wouldn't double check. Like if someone books something for me, I'm going to ask them, okay, what hotel is it? And then I'm going to look at it myself so I can see what it looks like and what's there. If for no other reason, then I'm particular and I like to know what's going on. Our next couple is Kim and Usman. Kim is 50 years old. She is a Michael Jackson superfan, and she has a son named Jamal. She also says that she's okay with Usman having other wives for children, although she does cry about this. Usman, aka Soldier Boy, is 32 years old and he's from Nigeria. Yes, that Soldier Boy, the same one that was on another season of the show with baby girl Lisa. He calls himself an international superstar. You're known in other countries, you're definitely known. Superstar? Well, you know what they say about speaking things into existence. Maybe he's trying to manifest. In episode 2, we see him meeting with his team to go over their plans for the shooting of a music video. They tell him that it's a mistake to bring Kim to a video shoot of a song that's about another woman. And I would agree. Usman disagrees, and he believes that Kim will be submissive and supportive. Our next couple is Jasmine and Gino. Jasmine is 34 years old and from Panama. She's giving me IG hottie. Also, she seems crazy. She literally wanted proof that Gino went to go get food. Then she got tight because he was cordial to the waitstaff. How dare you be nice to someone serving you? Gino is 51 years old. He's from Michigan. He has a creepy laugh. He buys Viagra online, and he drinks chocolate milk with his Salisbury steak TV dinner. Also, it's very grating to my ears the way he says Jasmine. No offense to anyone from the Midwest. I love the way you guys say Michigan and Wisconsin. I think that's really cute. It's just something about the way he says Jasmine that just, it sends chills up my spine. I hate it. Also, his smile is giving 40-year-old virgin. In episode 2, we see that Jasmine is worried about killing Gino in bed, and she refers to him as delicate. It's giving death by snoo stew. They meet up at the airport and they seem extremely happy to see each other, and to me I feel like this is the calm before the storm because, like I've already said, she's giving me crazy. Also, why are his hats so small? Or maybe his head is so big. He gives her an electric toothbrush for a gift because he doesn't believe that they have those in Panama. USAns are so brainwashed to believe that everywhere in the world automatically has a lower standard of living than we do. This is not the case. It's not even the case within the US that everyone has the same standard of living. There's parts of the US that still have spotty internet service or Wi-Fi. There's places that still don't have clean drinking water. We have tent cities of homeless people in the USA. We don't have socialized medicine and we don't have free college like some other industrialized nations. I could go on, but it hurts. Anyways, giving someone a toothbrush for a gift is big Ed energy. Let's see, who do we have next? Memphis and Hamza. Memphis is 34 years old and from Michigan. She's a nurse practitioner, doesn't speak Arabic. Her mom was on crack. She lived in 12 different foster homes and has 2 children. Hamza is 28. He lives in Tunisia. He doesn't speak English, likes sexy bath time with Memphis, has no job, and still lives with his mother. He also has no car. That reminds me of something. Memphis is smart and not so smart at the same time. Let me take a step back. People have multiple intelligences. There's scholastic intelligence and emotional intelligence. Her scholastic intelligence is on point because in order to become a nurse practitioner, you need to have a 4-year degree and a 2-year master's degree in medicine. Nurse practitioners are able to write prescriptions for people, the same as doctors are. So clearly she has to be highly intelligent in order to have this occupation. And this is even more impressive considering the rough start she had in her early life and childhood. Her emotional intelligence is another matter entirely. Thinking that Hamza, a 28-year-old man who's never lived outside his mother's home, doesn't have a job or an automobile, will become an automatic stepfather parent figure for your children, it's unrealistic. I know in a lot of cultures it is not a negative to still live with your parents, and as a matter of fact I actually agree with that. I think that more people in the USA should allow their children to stay home for longer. I think we push people out into the world way too soon before they're ready, and it doesn't allow people to get a little bit of a head start. So I definitely don't disagree with people living at home in their early adulthood or up to, I'm not even going to give an age because people mature at different rates. Some people are ready to get out there and out the door at 18, and some people might take them to their mid-20s to find their footing. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm not criticizing for living at home. I'm just saying that the show has implied that he has never left home. It's a big deal to not only leave home, but to also be a husband and a father to 2 children automatically. That's a big jump. You're jumping over several steps. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know what I mean? Because we don't know whether in their situation that Hamza's mother is still doing his laundry and cooking his meals. We don't know how independent or dependent he is yet. The show hasn't shown us yet. In episode 2, Memphis's foster sister shows up to take Memphis to the airport. But first, Memphis wants to stop at a diner so that she can eat some bacon, because when she gets to Tunisia, she won't be able to have bacon because Hamza is a Muslim. Also in episode 2, we meet another couple named Mike and Ximena. Mike is 34 years old. He's from New York. He's a volunteer firefighter who lives with his dad and his grandfather. He looks like Wally from Dilbert and has not dated since high school. We see him going to the store to buy toys for Ximena's children. His friends accompany him to the store and they express their concerns about him buying all these toys and things for a woman that he's never met. The lady who works at the store was super cute in how she spoke. She just hoped that he would get a good cup of coffee.
I hope he gets a good cup of coffee anyhow.
The way she was standing up in a store that was so cold that she has to be bundled up. Plus, it was heartbreaking the way she was wearing double glasses, probably because she doesn't have health care that will pay for bifocals. That's not a good look for us as USAians. It made me sad to see her this way, especially at her age. I can't remember who said it, but I once heard someone say that America is a third world country with a Gucci belt, and I cannot unhear it. But like I said, Mike's friends are skeptical about Ximena, and they warn him about spending too much money on her before he actually meets her. All we learn about Ximena in this episode is that she's 24 years old and from Colombia, but I do get the impression that she may not necessarily even want to come to the United States, which I think is what Mike is hoping for. He's hoping to marry her and bring her back to the United States. She gives me the impression that she's really not trying to come to the United States, which is fine. Not everybody wants to come here. We still didn't get Sword, Ella, or White Mahogany yet. I was a little disappointed about that, but I know 90 Day does this every time. They try to save the most interesting people for last. Hopefully these are the most interesting people. And I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but there's something to be said about using your intuition. This Ben dude looks scary. He's giving stranger danger. And that looks like the end of my notes. Thank you so much for rocking with me all the way to the end of the video. If you made it that far, you're a real one. Until next time, one love. You are invited to check out my other channel, What Did I Just Watch, where I talk about horror, sci-fi, and thriller movies. Also catch me on Hood Podcast, where I join Jay, Chris, and Royama live streaming every Monday at 7 p.m. on the Hood Podcast channel.